Want to talk about hair loss? That's what I thought. Let's check out a comment that I got from our good friend Robert on the video I made, one of the ones at the mall. Norwood 1 and 2 equals hair loss paranoia. Here's something he said in that comment. Quote, the ISHRS, the International Society of Hair Restoration Surgeons, which I didn't know existed, says that about 50% of men have a noticeable, and he's saying in parentheses, Norwood 3 or above, hair loss by the age of 50. So half are Norwood 3 or worse by age 50, 60% by 60, 70% by 70, and so on. He says, I believe those figures are a bit lower among Asians and a bit higher among whites. Norwood's original study had similar findings, which I've kind of talked about this before. I was wrong though, because what I had said before is that 50% of men age 50 were completely bald on top, had no hair. But instead he's saying that, and this study showing that if you've lost as much hair as I have, that's more like half of men by the age of 50 are at this stage, whereas I'm 36. So I'm ahead of the curve, but I'm still in a situation where I can be grateful for. I don't mind being Norwood 36, because I was hoping just to be this at age 26. So, but I do find that interesting. So let's tie it back to this concept. As we all know, I see your pictures that you send me of your hairline. You know, you're freaking out about losing your hair, and what I'm seeing is Norwood 1 typically, sometimes Norwood 2, and very, very rarely is it Norwood 3. And typically those are the guys closer to my age. So it's interesting because what I'm trying to like figure out is, it's 1900 now, isn't it? Okay, out of the 1900 subscribers, I'm speculating that most of you are probably Norwood 1 or Norwood 2. You haven't got to where I'm at. No matter what age you are, you're most likely not where I'm at if you're watching these videos and worrying about your hair loss. But I would theorize that demographically, you're probably the people who are going to end up like me or worse. If you're already noticing your temples starting to go back if you're in high school, then there's a good chance you'll be looking like me by the time you're 30. But that's one of the good things about this channel, is because you get to go ahead and prepare yourself for that and know that you're accepted here, and know that your value does not lower because of your hair loss unless you make that decision for that to be the case. So you are accepted here. So there you go. If you're watching this video, if you're subscribing, watching my videos, you're probably going to end up like me or worse. And that's not a doom or gloom thing. Wouldn't you rather someone tell you up front? Because remember, one of my big selling points is I'm honest about hair loss. I'm not trying to sell you something, right? Because I'm a cult leader and I'm rebellious and I'm honest. So I do think that's interesting though, what Robert said. So 50% of men who especially are of European descent are going to be at least Norwood 3 by the time they're 50. So you got a 50-50 chance of still having this much hair by the time you're 50, but you know, let's see where I'm at in 14 years when I am 50. Let's see where it is. But remember, once you get to where I'm at, you just don't even care anyway. My value, no one in my life, here's what's interesting and maybe ironic, no one in my life values my hair. Except for me, only because I make money off of it by doing these videos. But even if I didn't have hair, I'd still be saying the same stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna change my hat and make it look like it was a different day or something.